You've probably set goals before, big ones, exciting ones. You made the to-do list. You blocked off your calendar. Maybe you even bought a fancy notebook or productivity app, and then you stopped. Not because you didn't care, not because you were lazy, but because somewhere along the way, you lost motivation. If that sounds familiar and you want to change that today, this episode is for you. Today, I'm going to show you 5 simple, science-backed life hacks that will actually motivate you to achieve your goals, especially the ones you keep putting off. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Work Chat. Today, I'm going to 5 simple, science-backed life hacks that give you the motivation that you need. These 5 hacks aren't fluffy inspiration, they're practical tools I've tested in my own life and seen work for thousands of others. Let's start with the one that completely rewired how I approach goal setting. Number 1, use the 2-minute momentum rule. Most people think motivation is what gets you started, but research says action is what leads to motivation, not the other way around. There's a psychological concept called behavioral activation. It basically means that once you take even the tiniest step, your brain starts releasing dopamine. You feel progress. You feel momentum. So here's the hack. Commit to just 2 minutes. That's it. Want to write a book? Write 1 sentence. Want to start running? Put on your shoes and walk for 2 minutes. Want to clean your house? Set a 2-minute timer and wipe 1 counter. Once you begin, your brain shifts from resistance mode to momentum mode. If you want to study further, here are 2 book recommendations, B.J. Fogg's Tiny Habits and James Clear's Atomic Habits. Both books highlight this as a proven activation strategy. Pro tip, track your 2-minute wins. When you see how often you show up, your confidence skyrockets. Number 2, make your future self your accountability partner. Let me ask you something. Would you ever intentionally disappoint your best friend? Probably not. But we disappoint ourselves all the time because our future self feels like a stranger. Psychologists call this the empathy gap. It's why we skip workouts, delay projects, or stay up late watching Netflix even when we know we'll regret it. Here's the hack. Create a tangible connection with your future self. One powerful example comes from elite athletes. Many Olympic champions visualize themselves standing on the podium, hearing their national anthem, feeling the weight of the medal on their chest. They do this daily. Why? Because visualizing success creates emotional connection and confidence, which fires up their motivation and strengthens their belief that it's possible. You can do the same. Imagine yourself finishing that book, crossing the finish line, or celebrating the career milestone you've been working toward. Make it vivid, make it emotional, make it personal. So try this tonight. Close your eyes and spend 2 minutes visualizing yourself achieving your goal. Feel the pride, the relief, the excitement. Let that image fuel your next action. Number 3, change your environment, change your energy. When you think about motivation, you probably think about mindset, but one of the most overlooked hacks is your physical environment. Your brain creates associations. Your desk, your lighting, your posture, they all send subtle signals to your brain. If your environment says relax, it's really hard to focus. If your environment says work, you'll naturally feel more energized to execute. Here's what to do. Design a goal zone. It doesn't have to be an office. It can be a corner of your room, a playlist, or even a scent. For example, I light the same candle when I sit down to write. Now, as soon as I smell it, my brain goes, we're in writing mode. When your environment changes, your behavior follows automatically. So if you want to feel motivated, stop trying to force it with your mind. Engineer it with your space. Number 4, make it a game, not a grind. Here's something wild. Gamers will spend 6 hours grinding through a virtual quest, but struggle to do 20 minutes of real-life work. Why? Because games have progress, rewards, levels, and instant feedback. Your brain loves games. So if you want to feel more motivated to work toward your goals, make the process a game. Here is how you can gamify your goals. Create a progress bar for your habit. Use apps like Habitica or Notion. Give yourself XP points for every action. Set milestone unlocks. For example, after 10 workouts, you buy yourself new running shoes. Research in motivation psychology shows that intermittent rewards, like those in games, are more motivating than big one-time rewards. As for me, I set up a level up tracker in Notion. Every 5 sessions of focused work earns me 1 life level. It's silly, but it works for me and it keeps me going because I don't want to lose the streak. Key takeaway here: goals feel hard because they're abstract. Games make progress feel visible, and that keeps motivation alive. Number 5. Tie your goal to a deeper identity. If I ask you, what's your goal? You might say, get fit, make more money, be more consistent. That's fine, but the real question is, who do you want to become? Because when your goal is tied to your identity, you stop negotiating with yourself. You don't try to write. You say, I'm a writer. You don't force yourself to work out. You say, I'm someone who takes care of their body. You don't hope to finish your project. You say, I'm a finisher. That's who I am. In his book, James Clear calls this identity-based habit formation, and it's one of the most powerful ways to sustain motivation. Here's the hack. Write your goal like this. I want to become the kind of person who, and you fill in the blank. Then start showing up like that person, even in small ways. Example, instead of I want to read more, say I'm the kind of person who reads every day, even if it's just 1 page. Takeaway, motivation fades, but identity, that sticks. Make your goal part of who you are, and you'll stop needing motivation to show up. Now, if you're feeling motivated and want a little rocket fuel, let me share a bonus tip with you, which is tell someone what you're working on and share updates. Start a private accountability group, post a progress bar on social media, or just text a friend weekly. Here's what I did. When other people know, your brain says, we've got to follow through. This is called commitment bias, and it's powerful. Just don't share goals too early. Research shows that bragging about a goal before you start can reduce your drive. Share progress, not hype. Results, not intention. All right, let's review the 5 hacks that can rewire your motivation and help you achieve your goals. First, the 2-minute rule. Action creates momentum. Start tiny. Second, future self-accountability. Make your future feel real and stop letting them down. Third, design your environment. Prime your space for energy and execution. Fourth, gamify your goals. Add progress bars, XP points, and rewards. Fifth, identity-based motivation. Don't chase goals. Become someone who achieves them. That's it for today's episode. Now here's your challenge. Pick one of these hacks and try it for the next 7 days. Just one. Then drop a comment below and tell me which one you picked and what changed. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button. It helps more people discover these tools. Click the subscribe button if you want more practical strategies for motivation, productivity, and building a life you love. Remember, motivation isn't a mystery, it's a system. And now, you've got the blueprint. See you in the next episode.